Welcome to Geology, everybody. Let's do a quick one. I just want to emphasize one point that I'm not sure I did enough in the last video. As I started looking at what I want to do for rivers, I kind of feel like I might have left this out. Or maybe I did, and everybody knows this already, in which case it'll be a quick video, don't worry. We talked about this chart, right? And this is one that's in your book that's essentially accomplishing the same point, though the axes are flopped. It does it a little bit differently. Looking at this one, I told you that this black line represents how fast does the water have to be going in order to move this size particle. And it has the size, names of them and the sizes down the side. Great, right? What we didn't maybe talk about is what happens then if water slows down. Let's say it's going arbitrarily going this speed right here. It can at that speed carry pebbles 1 centimeter in diameter. What if that water slows down to, say, this point right here? So it was going about 50, now it's going about 5 centimeters per second. Well, it was capable of carrying pebbles. Now it's not anymore. So what happens to those pebbles? That's going to be the point of this short video. What happens to those pebbles is that they got to get dropped off, which kind of completes the thing we were working with. We did weathering, turning bedrock into sediments, erosion, moving those sediments. Now dropping them off is deposition. And the reason it happens in such a neat, orderly way, like this picture of the beach that I've got sitting up somewhere. Here's a beach near Fairhaven, New York, Little Sodas Bay. And you can even see that plume right there is the smokestack. I'm sorry, the steam stack at the nuke plants. And some of the drumlins we have here is the bluffs that you may have gone to. All of these particles are about the same size. Things that are smaller are elsewhere. They get carried somewhere else. But when they get dropped off, they tend to get dropped off in these nice, neat, orderly patterns, like the beaches you come to up at this end of the lake where I am presently in Pulaski, on the east end, are all sand-sized particles, right? The reason why those depositions happen in such nice, neat, orderly piles is because when water slows down, it doesn't do so instantaneously. We did talk about glacial deposition, that glaciers just dump everything at once and they're done, which is what makes up the bluffs in those photos. Not that they're close enough to see, but that's what makes up those bluffs. The running water, as it slows down, will drop things off incrementally. So if water's going that fast, it will continue to carry all but the coarsest sands and silts and clays somewhere else and leave behind the pebbles that it was carrying. This, and maybe a slightly harder to picture way, shows pretty much the same thing. What speed does water have to be going in order for erosion to take place and in order for deposition to take place? And this is from chapter 14, which is where we'll be going with more streams. But I just felt like I didn't quite get to this. And if you don't have that, some of the stuff I will talk about in the streams video might get a little complicated. As an example of a question that maybe I'll throw at you, I'll steal this one from, it's really from a test from a lab. When a stream enters, it can carry whatever size particles it's carrying, right? Picture the Oswego River. It's going a certain speed. It can carry certain size particles. Not boulders the size of a car by any means, smaller ones. But as it goes, it carries them out, and then it hits the open body of water. Then it's going to incrementally slow down. So which ones will it drop off first, and which ones can continue to get carried out deeper to where more get dropped off, and then get carried out deeper, and then more get dropped off, and then some get carried more out deeper, and then more get dropped off. Hint, hint, when that question pops on the test, not that one, it will follow particle sizes working your way right down the list. All right, so that's our last little bit on deposition. We'll jump into rivers next. Thanks for tuning in on the quick video. We'll talk to you soon.